Apple's 2025 iPhone plans could be dramatically affected by Trump's proposed tariffs. Here's what you need to know. If you're an Apple enthusiast eagerly awaiting each year's iPhone update, former President Donald Trump's proposed international trade tariffs could impact your wallet more than you might expect. Though still speculative, the potential economic ramifications of these tariffs, especially if implemented in 2025, might lead to substantial price hikes for the next generation of iPhones, including the much-anticipated iPhone 17 lineup. Let's start with some eye-opening numbers. The current iPhone 16 Pro Max with 1 TB of storage already carries a staggering price tag of $1,599 before taxes. But if Trump's proposed tariffs on China, India, Vietnam, and Taiwan go into effect, we could see the iPhone 17 Pro Max, again with 1 TB of storage, assuming Apple keeps that option, surpass a jaw-dropping $2,300, based on forecasts from Rosenblatt Securities reported by BGR. The tariff impact. What's at stake? Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, one of the most accurate forecasters in the Apple ecosystem, warns that Apple could face a significant challenge in navigating these geopolitical headwinds. If the tariffs are enacted, Apple may have no choice but to intensify its efforts to shift production out of China and expand operations in countries like India and Vietnam. Currently, only about 15% of iPhone manufacturing is expected to move to India in 2025, up from 10 to 12% the previous year. But that figure is nowhere near sufficient to offset the blow of widespread tariffs. Kuo notes that if Apple is unable to negotiate tariff waivers or expedite its manufacturing transition, the company's profit margins could shrink by 8.5 to 9%. However, if the U.S. grants trade exemptions to factories in India and Vietnam, the gross margin impact could be limited to around 5.5 to 6%, possibly sparing consumers from bearing the full brunt of the increased costs. Still, these shifts would take time, and time is not a luxury Apple enjoys in the fast-moving tech industry. The next big iPhone 17 rumors are heating up. Although the iPhone 16 lineup is only about 6 months old, speculation surrounding the iPhone 17 series is already reaching a fever pitch. Expected to launch in September 2025, the new lineup promises not only upgraded internals but also major shifts in design and functionality. iOS 19. A visual and functional overhaul. Let's begin with software. According to Bloomberg, iOS 19 will mark the most significant visual refresh to Apple's mobile operating system since the introduction of iOS 7 in 2013. Inspired by Apple's Vision Pro headset and its accompanying Vision OS, the new iOS will reportedly feature redesigned app icons, translucent navigation menus, and more intuitive controls across the system. This cohesive design language is expected to extend beyond the iPhone to include the iPad and Mac, signaling Apple's intent to unify the user experience across its ecosystem. The shift will likely enhance not just aesthetics but also the day-to-day usability of Apple's devices. Hardware redesign. Enter the iPhone 17 Air. Apple may also be planning to introduce an all-new model, the iPhone 17 Air. According to analysts Jeff Pu and Ming-Chi Kuo, the Air could be a slimmed-down version of the flagship iPhone, aimed at replacing the existing Plus variant. It's rumored to feature a 6.6-inch display, slightly smaller than the 6.7-inch screens found on the Pro Max and Plus models, but still larger than the base model. Perhaps the most exciting aspect? The Air could be as thin as 5.5 millimeters, making it one of the slimmest smartphones ever produced by Apple. However, achieving that level of slimness would come with trade-offs, especially regarding battery life and camera capabilities. To make the Air both sleek and affordable, Apple might opt for a single rear camera, doing away with the ultra-wide and telephoto lenses present in Pro models. This would place the Air's camera system more in line with the budget-friendly iPhone 16e, which features only one rear lens. The good news? The front-facing camera may receive an upgrade, providing users with better selfies and video call quality. Display enhancements across the lineup. Another welcome change, if rumors hold true, is that all iPhone 17 models may finally receive 120Hz refresh rate displays, aligning the base models with their Pro counterparts. For years, Apple has reserved this smoother display technology for its higher-end devices, so this would mark a long-overdue upgrade for users who prefer the more affordable options. Moreover, Mac Rumors has reported that Apple is working on enhancing its ceramic shield glass with anti-reflective and more scratch-resistant properties. Combined with a uniform 120Hz refresh rate, this could significantly elevate the user experience across the entire lineup. Camera innovations and design tweaks. Of course, It wouldn't be a new iPhone release without a major camera upgrade. Based on early leaks, we may see a complete redesign of the rear camera layout. In January, leaker Imagine View on X suggested a horizontal pill-shaped camera bar, echoing Google's Pixel 9 design. Subsequent CAD renderings revealed a larger rectangular housing for the Pro models and a sleeker, minimalist design for standard versions. As for the hardware, the iPhone 17 Pro is rumored to feature a 48MP telephoto lens, up from the 12MP lens found in the iPhone 16 Pro. However, some insiders speculate Apple might revert to a 3.5x optical zoom, possibly to optimize internal space or battery performance. Still, both the Pro and Pro Max are expected to feature similar camera arrays, making either a top-tier photography option. Despite the buzz around the ultra-thin iPhone 17 Air, I have some concerns. As exciting as a lighter, thinner device might sound, it may compromise battery life, especially with a 6.6 or 6.7-inch display. The iPhone 16 Pro Max already averages around 14 hours and 7 minutes in battery benchmarks. Reducing internal space could negatively impact the performance of the Air model. Connectivity and internal changes. Apple is also reportedly planning to transition away from Broadcom's Wi-Fi chips in favor of in-house solutions. If implemented, this shift could result in stronger and more consistent wireless performance across Apple's devices. Though the impact on everyday users remains to be seen, tighter hardware-software integration generally bodes well for reliability and speed. Some rumors also hint that the A19 Pro chip will be powering the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max, offering performance and efficiency improvements across the board. Combined with upgraded cooling systems, possibly through revamped vapor chambers, these devices are poised to handle more intensive applications and longer usage sessions. Pricing predictions. Brace yourself. Now let's talk dollars. As mentioned earlier, the iPhone 17 Pro Max with 1TB storage could reach $2,300 if tariffs go into effect. But even without them, we can likely expect higher price tags across the board. Final thoughts. So whether you're waiting for the most powerful iPhone ever or hoping for a sleek, affordable alternative, Apple's 2025 lineup promises to deliver something for everyone, just as long as global economics don't get in the way. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into Apple tech, mobile leaks, and everything in between. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.